Right, let's try this again. And we're live, ladies and gentlemen.
No, we're not.
Hey, Richard, you like it though?
Yeah, good job.
What the fuck does he do now?
You just gotta look at the bottom of your screen. You're fine.
Ard, Son of Ard.
No, bro, you're Ard Yet, Son of Ard not.
Shit, man, you're right.
Okay, so recap. Fuck off, crows.
Bit some guy, but he's fine. Don't worry about.
Ard
Crows, you're sleeping, not dead.
Ard got hungry. Amara conked out.
Roger is even more done with our shit than usual.
Ard has a crippling jam addiction.
Yeah, Ard has a crippling jam addiction.
So Ard has crippling jam addiction and got hungry and ate someone.
That was quite honestly the best persuasion roll I've ever made.
Kip burnt down a fucking orphanage.
No, I am baby. No. Kip is baby.
Bitch burnt down an orphanage full of babies.
No, Kip is baby.
And
he's also Tiny Tim.
and Nia is just done with the party shit at this point.
Nia just needs a hug, a hot chocolate, and a nap. To be honest.
Well, you just woke up from a nap, so Richard might want to
I woke
recover.
up from sleep. Sleep and a nap are very different, like energy. There's two different vibes here, bro, and you're just not getting it.
Right, so first off, me might want to recover his health back to 13.
Oh, I did it on the character sheet, but I didn't do it back on the thing. Give me a second.
It's alright, I've adjusted it on the thing.
Oh, did you? Cool.
Yep, right. So, you've all...
Oh
Tom-
shit! I have an owl. I forgot that.
Yeah, bud.
I just looked at my thing and I forgot I had an owl.
Man's like that one really
The
awkward
best day
student at
ever.
Hogwarts. Just, oh shit, I've got an owl.
Best day
Well,
ever.
not for long with that.
It's fine, it's just the reverse of Neville at the start. Where the fuck's me frog?
Just how the fuck did I get a frog?
So,
Yeah.
you've all... Nia went ahead and went and sat down with
Roger had some tea.
Roger to have some tea. And when the rest of the party show up, Roger goes, so, have you guys heard yet?
Heard what?
Someone burnt down an orphanage on the edge of the city.
What kind of monster would burn down an orphanage?
They don't know. No one knows. Just caught fire.
It's where kids with no parents go, Ard.
There's
I
a
get to go to an orphanage.
No, me. We've adopted you.
Okay.
that
Dad, you never sent me to an orphanage.
Please never say that word again. That set off my cream trader so hard.
Say that to Ard, by the way.
Oh.
Yeah, let's deliver you all to the orphanage.
Child!
What? No, please. I can't go back there. I mean, I can't go there.
so he kind of got he after you asked that he's like, yeah, there's a notice on the notice board.
There's a notice board? Wait, you
Didn't
guys are
notice.
Honestly, we didn't notice.
But yeah,
You
there's
know what, Aaron? It was funnier than Richard said it the first time.
Shut up.
there's a flyer on the notice board. They're asking for anyone with any information to come forward. But hey ho.
Is there a reward?
Nope.
Oh, that's
When you give a reward for finding out who burnt down an orphan, I guess they're orphans. Nobody's gonna.
I mean, they're only asking for information. They're not, you know.
Yeah, it's not like an arrest.
I mean, if they catch the guy, you know, they'll probably give you a reward. But
Oh yeah. Like,
But other than that, we have an appointment to make this morning.
what was that?
Roger just went, other than that, we have an appointment to make this morning, so you guys might want to get some breakfast.
An appointment with who? Or should I say what? I don't want to be exclusive here.
One of the king's advisors.
Ooh, what's a king? full well what a king is.
I swear to God, I can't wait till I'm done with this job.
Really playing into the Son of Ard role.
I think you're overplaying it really. The you know, the fact of it is that they're just randomly, not all the time, you know.
Yeah, but true joy is the fact that Ard would not know what the fuck. There's just a small dragonborn following him around.
Joke's on you. Ard's actually a genius.
Yeah, nobody's checked
He's
his
just been
character
playing
sheet.
this
He's
whole
got,
time.
like, 70 intelligence. Right, and we're all just, he's like, if I played him, and we're like, yes.
Now, Renee, at that point, it's like the world's highest IQ man in the Japanese insane asylum. I think it was.
Yeah.
That's exactly it.
He's
He's
not
so
even wrong.
smart.
There's
He's
a-
looped back into stupid.
Yeah, he's looped back into insanity.
But he's not insane. He's just got like 8 intelligence.
Man's got plus 20 intelligence.
I'm sitting on a cool 14.
Why do y'all have
14.
more intelligence than the fucking wizard?
14? Disgusting.
How do you have less than 14 as a wizard?
I don't know.
Intelligence.
14's a rookie number, man.
Oh, what
The wizard crying in the corner with less intelligence than the rogue and the cleric.
Look, it's fine. I'll give up wizardry and just eat people instead. It'll be great.
Converts to barbarian.
Not even a barbarian. Just cook. There we go.
Nah,
Class chef. I'm just gonna eat.
nah,
people.
just converts to his race, slime. Just
Yeah.
goes and learns
Race, slime. Class slime. Done. Boom.
goes and learns the ways of the gelatinous cube.
Yeah, just go sit in a doorway.
He'll end up being like one of the end bosses. He'll be the slime king from fucking Terraria.
Yeah, fuck all y'all.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
It's just a really big slime with a crown on it. It's great.
Easiest boss to fucking kill.
It only occurs after you kill, I think it's about 100 or so slime
Bunch of fucking slimes.
during slime rain.
Yeah.
So anyway,
It's nice.
Sorry guys, I've learned something new today.
Or if you spawn it yourself, but those are annoying.
Don't worry about that.
so Roger's just informed you have an appointment to keep this morning. What do you wish to do?
I mean, it's good that he told us about this. You know, the same day that we obtained this appointment,
Ard
and not
Yet,
at any point on the way here.
Ard Yet, Son of Ard would like to cast Minor Illusion and sneeze, and I want smoke to come out of my nostrils.
Okay. You sneeze and smoke comes out of your nostrils.
Damn right.
Oh man, it's more realistic because it smells like smoke because he burned down a fucking orphanage.
Don't talk about that! I wasn't trying to cover up anything, shut up!
I mean, you could have just took a bath.
Real talk. When did you get a son?
That was a daughter.
I have a son?
Well, I don't know how else you managed to attract a tiny dragonborn that looks kind of like you, bud.
Oh, I thought this was a small rat that was following me.
I'm trying to find
You're
one
not
of those.
wrong.
It's a rat, but it is a rat, but...
I just lost my train of thought, fuck.
You had one of
Oh
those?
bro, that giggle was just
You get wrecked, rat boy.
I did. Oh yeah. Who's the pretty lady?
You a bitch.
Why are you stood behind? She's just trying to have tea with Roger, and you're out here like.
You know how like when like there's an adult in like a chair, and then the child is like they got their hand on the.
They
back
jump
of
on the back of the
The
fucking
child just
chair.
appears behind you.
Yeah.
And I, by
Yeah.
all logic, in my very bones, feel the need to kick back as hard as I can and fall onto the back of them. Yeah.
Do
Who's
me,
the pretty lady?
if you want to, do me a strength check.
No, Nia would
Nah,
not.
Nia's not enough. Renee would. Renee
Yeah,
would.
Renee would. Nia
Not
wouldn't.
pick a child. Nia would not.
I heard
Maybe
the
later.
temptation in your voice though.
Oh yeah.
Oh.
That pause there.
That
Very much the temptation there.
I clicked here, I thought about it, and then I remembered that I have a -1 to strength.
It's fine. You should have seen the one shot.
Okay, we did talk about that.
No, this is Nia, my daughter. Nia, is the king the mayor's father?
I don't know, but I assume not. Can I get a look at Roger like, am I wrong here? Am I right here, bud? I don't...
Like, we don't know anything about this place, so they could well be. We don't know.
He kind of
These guys could have been around with trousers on their head. Who knows? Like, we're at this point in our life right now.
he looks around. He looks around at you all and goes, I mean, I know you're not from here, but you've got to have some brain cells.
I have brain cells. I just don't use them to look up royal lineages.
No, the mayor and the king aren't related.
They could be.
There you go, Ard. They're not related.
Perfect. Just like me and this rat.
Get right.
Becoming a rat.
Ard's got a fucking perception out the wazoo. He knows.
You need to pay Mama child support. No, I'm not going down this fucking road. I'm not going down this road.
Look, bud, we've already faked to adopt you one time. We're not doing it again.
Roger kind of looks up and goes, you guys know there are more orphanages in this town.
No. We wouldn't want any more accidents, would we?
Can I
You
just...
say that like there might be a problem with you going.
Yeah,
to an
can I just
orphanage.
perception that for a hot second or intelligence it? I don't fucking know.
Roll me an insight.
Against what, my deception?
Yeah, you can roll whatever
Nah.
you want, bud. That's a nat 20.
No, she nat 20, no point rolling.
Fuck off.
And there's
If I
still a
nat-
point rolling,
No,
yeah.
if I nat 20 my
Hey,
deception...
Roll,
No,
roll.
if I nat 20 my
Roll me a
deception...
deception then, dumb bitch!
I mean, technically it should be with advantage, but I'll let you all.
No.
It's not about
Because I am
changing form. You're just straight up lying.
I am shapeshifted, and I am using that to my lies, so...
I'm gonna shove my foot up your ass. Roll.
Fuck you! That's a
Yeah,
good
but is it-
roll!
The number is higher.
Nia
But I nat 20.
knows something's up.
But she doesn't know what, because I rolled high enough.
Yeah.
No, she knows something's up and can kind of deduce.
Yeah, she's figured out our bit someone. She can figure out you're a forehead.
But it's
I
but knowing Nia, she's probably gonna wait and take you aside later.
Yeah, Nia didn't fuck Ard up like that. She didn't grass him up.
I want to smile at Nia with like the very same lovely set of teeth that Ard has.
The very same lovely.
That has teeth.
So
No, man, he just gums people. They're
I
a set of
thought so.
dentures, bud.
so your head's gonna all of a sudden expand to adult size?
Just
No,
his head.
they are a miniature
Just his
version of
he's
what
walking
Ard
up to
has.
bobblehead and he pulls over because it's so heavy.
You said
That's
you said the exact same set of teeth.
You know what I meant.
He literally rips out Ard's teeth, shoves them into his mouth like.
You know what I meant. They are very similar teeth.
You mean Dragonborn teeth, you fucking racist.
I assume Ard's okay. Yeah, sure.
Whatever teeth lizard have.
Well.
The
that's
bu-
not
I don't
my
care,
expertise,
so don't
I
worry
can't
about it.
step in there.
Most lizards don't have teeth.
Oh my god.
I
Correct.
mean, Renee will tell you that geckos do at least.
Just so you know, that wasn't a gecko, and you can fuck off.
Well, whatever it was a lizard.
Did Renee get eaten by a lizard?
I got bit by a lizard when you were a kid, because he went, here, hold this, and didn't tell me how to hold it. So I just grabbed it, and it turned around and bit me.
Okay.
And then I grabbed onto its tail to get it off, so it detached its own tail, and then ran away.
I used to have a lizard when I was a kid.
Kill.
Okay, we should probably get back to the
We don't even need our characters to derail your campaign, we do it ourselves.
Okay. So, here's how it goes. What the fuck are you guys doing?
I want order breakfast.
I want lasagna.
Does lasagna even exist here?
Bitch
I
lasagna.
don't know. I don't know.
Possibly. Would they know how to make pasta? They should probably know how to make pasta. I'll just make a weird little Italy place somewhere that taught the world to make pasta. It's fine.
I want lasagna.
You a bitch, so it does fit.
Audaces Morales, by the way, is what bit me.
Okay.
Okay.
Or as you like to call
So-
it, bitch lizard.
It's actually called the common wall lizard, but yeah, it's a bitch.
So, you're ordering food, I'm assuming.
Yeah.
You're gonna get up, or you're gonna summon her over.
Does she look busy?
No, we do that thing where we click our fingers in the air.
If you do that, I'm ditching you in an orphanage. I swear.
Right. So,
Me and Renee, no.
If
we
you
fucking know.
click, just offhandedly, if you click at a server, bear in mind there will be spit in your food. And we're
There'll
not
be more-
sorry.
Oh no, there'll be more than spit in your food.
But I'm gonna. Does she look busy, Nick? Does she look busy?
she's just writing a few things down,
Oh, then
pinning a
Then
few
she's not busy.
posts.
so I'm gonna.
Wait, man.
Hey, are you are you Podger?
Roger doesn't slap that child. I will.
Roger doesn't acknowledge the child at this point.
Does anyone else want breakfast?
Should have said that before you left the table.
Okay, Nia's gonna turn around and call back and go, does anyone else want breakfast? Roger, can I get you anything?
Roger just goes, "I'm fine. I've eaten when I got
Or
here.
tea? Chamomile to quell the rage inside your soul from having to deal with us?
It's fine. I'll go take that out on a training dummy."
Okay.
You can rage as well, Roger. You never told me that.
It's a different thing, my barbarian friend.
Nia's gonna look at the bartender and say, can we get 3 adult breakfasts and 1 child's breakfast, please?
I want lasagna.
You can burn
Are
my
you too much of a
house.
bitch?
Would you like burnt lasagna then?
I don't know, I'm resistant to fire, so...
Okay, so, sure.
Thank you.
They'll be over in a bit.
Awesome, thanks. He's gonna totter back over and sit next to Roger and just have a fucking moment. Nia and Roger have bonded on this adventure, boys.
So, you sit there for about 5...
No.
Oh, God.
No, we don't.
Hey, funny lady.
What?
Wow, she wouldn't know he's annoying yet.
I mean, she could probably hear us from over there.
That's true.
You want to say that again, Aaron?
You guys have lasagna,
I'll bring your breakfast over shortly.
but is it lasagna?
It'll be a surprise.
Breakfast surprise. It's actually a punch in the face.
love surprises. Yay!
You know, I got some rope. We could just tie him up and throw him in the ocean. That is an option.
He can control water, he can float.
Yeah, fuck you. You're basically gonna do what like fucking
Here's the question.
Percy when he fought
Does he
Ares,
need-
okay?
But does he
Put
need
him
a
in
free
your
hand?
notes and sign in your own death warrant.
Okay.
He
Does
cut
he
off
need a
his
free hand?
hands and then throw him in the water.
That
Nah,
won't
if we
change
just
the
tie his
fact that
hands,
you
then they're not
use
free.
it.
Yeah, but why don't I
You
just
don't have
cut off
fast
his...
control water. I mean, shape water.
Okay, we
I
cut
mean,
off his head and
technically-
throw him in the water.
Technically, I still have the anti-magic thing. We could just, you know, duct tape that to him.
No,
Oh
I
shit,
gave you
we
that.
could!
No, I
You
gave you
did.
that. You can't do this.
You very much did, and now do you regret your decision?
Well, not really, because I can't really be holding it when I'm trying to do big boy magic.
This is fair.
However, I cracked it, so who knows if it'll still work.
I mean, it was still doing shit, I guess.
DM, if we tape it to Aaron, will it magically repair?
Who said it needed to be
Using
repaired?
it to throw him in the ocean.
Oh my god, stop! Stop going against me. I'm trying to have my fun.
Okay, so you sat there for
I'm
about
trying to throw you in the ocean.
5-10 minutes, and she comes over, balancing her tray. Puts down the adult breakfasts, and then puts down a very burnt plate, and kind of goes, 3 adult breakfasts, 1 burnt to a crisp lasagna. Anything else?
I stick my fork straight into that and take a massive bite while looking her dead in the eyes.
Nia's
Delicious.
gonna look really awkward and say, "Do you have any apple juice?
That we do. I'll be right back.
Could I have a glass of apple juice, please?"
Anything for anyone else?
Jam.
Look around, just nah, I'm good.
No, I'm still okay from yesterday.
You had a lot of jam, bud. It's alright.
Yes, yeah.
Look, she thinks she just had a crippling jam addiction. I did my job.
As soon as she turns away, I spit the lasagna back onto the plate.
That's fine.
Disgusting.
She comes back with the apple juice like
Idiot.
2 minutes later. And then
Thank
goes
you.
back to her business. It's like, you're welcome. I'm just gonna.
I don't know what is on the plate. Well, on my plate, but I'm very quickly gonna eat everything on that plate.
Bacon,
Yeah.
eggs, bread,
Yeah,
cheese.
breakfast, like regular breakfast, not
Yeah.
lasagna for a bitch.
He would have got the
Yeah.
same, but smaller portions. But the hostess heard want you to burn, so, and then he came asking for lasagna, so she put 2 and 2 together and went burnt lasagna.
Nia's gonna quietly just munch her breakfast. You have to at least pretend to eat breakfast, buddy.
He's gonna do the kid thing of like pretending to take bites from the fork.
Yeah, just move it around awkwardly.
He'll just sit there like pushing it around the fork.
There's probably a few sausages on the plate.
Wait, is
There's
there any
nothing to say
black
you
pudding?
can't eat food.
Well,
Yes, there probably
There's
is
black
some.
pudding on the plate. You can eat that. It's good.
I've got to experimentally like brew a little bit of fire on the plate and burn it a little bit.
Suddenly discovering his new passion for the culinary arts.
It's not quite cooked yet. Now it's done.
Chef Ard.
Oh god, the
I
child.
am so disturbed with Aaron tottering around.
He's left now. He's gone.
Well, you get about halfway through eating your food and Roger gets up and goes, "We need to go."
Why are we in such a hurry? Are kings often this impatient?
We don't have a lot of time.
Well, she didn't exactly tell us when the appointment was, so I guess this is,
Well,
Nia's gonna throw a piece of bacon in her mouth and get up and get ready to go.
I'm gonna look at my empty plate, very tempted as to whether I should eat the plate, and then decide against it. Because I'm a good boy.
okay. Are you ready for this? I'm gonna draw you a. I'm
Are you gonna break us again?
gonna draw you a line if I can. How do
Why
you?
don't you just ping us over there?
No. I was gonna draw you a line of where you're headed, and then I was gonna drag you all over there. Sorry.
Okay, we're going.
You're going that way. You're going on trip. You're going
I'm
go
assuming
over
it's
there.
the walled part, bud.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, the part that's
Oh,
inside
what?
the wall.
Why is there like some black spray paint on a building? That's so I just got really distracted. Take us where we need to go, Nate.
We're gone.
Walled
Mm,
building. Where
Spanish
are we going?
Alpha.
The Vatican or something?
Real talk. Were we or were we not allowed to bring our weapons inside?
No, you were
I am the
asked.
weapon.
You were asked to leave your weapons outside.
Oh, that's fine. I am the weapon.
Yeah, I'll check my weapon at the door. I have my donut sign if I need it.
This guard specifically is the one that's holding your weapon.
Joke's on you. I
Can
don't
you
have
I'm about
any
to give
weapons.
him like a tag so I know exactly who he is because I'm gonna go fight him for my weapon. by the way.
I just want to know, did they frisk the Dragonborn child?
They looked at the Dragonborn child, took his backpack, and yeah. So
Any visible shit is gone.
I mean, then again, my daggers are concealed on my person, but we don't talk about that.
the child
I
would
mean,
have
you've
been
got
frisked.
entirely baggy clothes. So
Aaron,
Yeah.
the child would have been frisked. The knives
We're
are gone.
women, we're going into a castle.
Yeah, I'm a Dragonborn
Ah,
child.
joke's on them. I don't own pockets.
Me,
can
that's
I-
into
can I-
mid-frisk evening.
Can I roll a check then, Nick, to sort of, make it so that they can't?
No,
So that I try and
Basically,
conceal
keep
it as I
a
can.
knife.
no.
Because Nick knows you try and stab the king, and we're not playing that game, says Nick.
I'm not gonna try and stab the king!
You
Go
burned
try
down
and
an
stab
orphanage,
someone.
you lost weapon rights.
No.
You go and try and stab someone.
Can I sleight of hand to try and keep a weapon?
No.
No.
All weapons were checked at the door.
No, I want to do something really funny.
No.
I just
Yeah,
dead
you're-
ass want to walk up to. I just dead ass want to walk up to the king and be like, "You should hire better guards."
You're not meeting the king.
Oh,
The
fuck
king's
that.
advisor.
Okay.
Meeting an advisor. We've been meeting an advisor the whole, that's what he said.
Oh, what's this bullshit?
King don't have time for you.
Sad rogue noises.
Sad rude
If you
voice.
wanted to hide weapons, you should have just given them to me, but no.
True.
If I wanted you to hide weapons, I would have made you walk all the way here and interact with the guards. But no.
Yes, but as we figured out with us, what do you want us to do? And what do we end up doing? Two massively different kettles of fish.
Kettles of fish.
Yes, that's an English saying that I
That's the way
learned.
it is.
Okay, can we get on with this then?
Okay.
I am here, but I'm not happy about it.
God, that's literally my entire school experience. Do you want to calm down there, bud?
My brain's trying to come up with a name. I
I
can't.
feel like
Y'all should probably
Can
have
we
come
call
up
him
with a name for
Franz
that guy
Ferdinand
before.
just for a meme?
Right, Nick. As long as it's not fucking Bath.
Okay, it's Francis, just for the sake of why not?
You mean like the
Stevenson.
Where's Francis?
Where's Francis? This is... Me and Richard as Canadians gotta get out of Zamboni here. Sorry, Nick, this is gonna be really sad for you, Donstein. We're just gonna eat him.
Okay,
I mean,
So-
I've got that have a challenge rating. Sorry.
Roger led you all the way to the castle, past the guards, allowed you to be frisked, because you got to be frisked. Can't have no weapons inside here, despite the fact that you're in a library right now, and above the fireplace there are probably a set of mounted swords.
Don't worry about it.
And you are now in front of the head researcher and one of the king's advisors, Francis.
Chief nerd.
It's the chief nerd. He kind of
So much
just
in common.
he's just looking at a table, a bunch of papers. Doesn't really notice you walk in until Roger goes, Francis, are you there, Francis? We were supposed to talk to you this morning. Hello.
Damn, this random acolyte can fucking first name the king's advisor.
Roger's just friends with everyone, man.
That's kind of a rude way to address a king's advice. to be
Yeah, but
honest.
Roger's got, like, friends in high places. Roger is
He's like-
secretly
Now,
the
Rod-
king.
Now, Roger just doesn't care.
Don't tempt me. Don't tempt me.
No. Roger
Now,
is like
he's actually
fucking-
Prince Roger, you see.
Roger is the fucking Nutriboom guy from Brooklyn Nine-Nine. That's what he is.
So Francis kind of looks up a bit frantically and goes, "Oh, I forgot. Had so much to do, so many things to read, so little time. Okay.
Read more things, forehead.
Are these the people? I swear there were supposed to be 5.
Wait, why am I in front?
I don't know, move back a step, bud. We left space for like a desk and Roger. You just went.
Sat on the desk.
Just there.
Are we the people? I thought it was supposed. Fuck. Nia's
Mara.
gonna completely like blank on the smart not to say it thing and just go.
Oh, she's not here. She's sleeping. Not dead, sleeping.
It's spreading. Fuck.
I'm just gonna look at Ard and give him kind of like a thumbs up.
Okay. Oh, okay.
Maybe 4 odds
Remind me
eventually.
of your intelligence again.
Okay,
His
so,
intelligence, buddy, it's higher than yours.
I know it is.
so he goes, okay, I had some papers around here somewhere with a note, at least a note on it, and finds the tiniest piece of paper that just goes,
And it just says forehead.
no, he finds the tiniest piece of paper and it goes, waiting for information. Well, I don't know what to tell you. We have not yet received the research we requested.
Oh, is there anything I
Oh,
can
those
do to help?
guys-
I
those
was a
guys seem
man,
terrible.
you know.
Yes.
They are coming back, bitches.
The
I as the tiny little dragonborn will like jump up so that he can see me and say, "Yeah, that means he's the king's son."
We're all just becoming Ard, Nikki.
okay, so the advisor goes.
We are too. You'll be are too.
So the advisor looks at the
Sniff over there.
The advisor looks at the pair of them and goes, I've read every book in this library. One of them, somewhere, includes the list of mayors presently in power or deceased. You're not in that book.
He should be. He was the mayor.
And
It was quite recent, you know.
as for the child, I can recommend a good school if you need one.
I think he's far past that.
A good orphanage?
Hey, I'm not going back to. I'm not going to one of those.
So, anyway, we're still waiting to hear off a lord from a neighbouring town.
Well, sir, could you do us a favor?
What?
We're not actually sure why we're here.
Well, all we know is there is a dark presence pointing at a map in, like, this general area?
Have you considered shining a light on the situation, sir?
Give me a second.
You know what? I'm gonna do it. Nia is gonna smile, lean over the map, and just go.
So we're here to shine a light on the situation.
Oh damn, we have a map.
Oh, Nick actually gave us a
Anybody
button.
have a map? Anybody maybe happen to know how?
I had these prepared
I
for
don't-
weeks.
I don't know what general area it is, but it's a general area.
The general area I'm on about is when the map fucking loads. Fucking
Slow
you.
for us, bud, not
It's
you.
here, we can see it. There's fucking Carry On and Everport and the rest.
Yeah,
You mallow ass.
it's
Yeah, fucking, you
Sim-
need Hillort. You need Hillort.
Simuland.
towards towards like
Celsius.
Tidal spelt by a dyslexic.
the area he pointed to is somewhere towards the west of the yeah.
Is this oriented north?
So it's like a normal map where north is south.
Yeah, north is up.
Yeah, but I don't know if we were showing it upside down, or because we're looking at the desk.
Well, it probably was upside down for you.
Okay, so it was on the left side of the map. It was
We're actually looking at this as if we were standing in his spot. You see.
Eves.
Yeah. But so he's like, we just know there's a dark presence emanating here. There's not been much communication.
Oh no, that's Drag High, not.
There's not been much
Extreme. He'll get banned.
there's not much communication coming from that area, but we've requested everyone else to find some information on what could be happening. We got word of a lord from Therafold that he has some information, but we have not received this information yet, and we are waiting for said information.
Hey, mister,
What, child?
why can't all of the king's horses and all of the king's men just deal with this?
Somebody please restrain the child before.
Can they persuade him that this kid's brain damaged and this?
Can somebody please remove or restrain this child before I throw a book at him?
You're all
No,
very angry people. You know,
No,
someone
bitch.
tried to handcuff me
Do
when I
it.
first got here.
Oh my god, are you talking about the god that was terrible with children? Man, I miss him right about now.
You're all very mean people.
I regret stopping him.
Does
Oh,
that-
fuck off.
Does that hit?
No,
For bookie.
18 doesn't pass your AC.
it does. Shut up.
You take 1 damage.
I'm about to say 18 would be level with
You
my
take a book.
AC.
This man just hit a child.
Smacked
Yeah.
on the head with a book, yeah.
You know, I think the kid deserved it.
Yeah, I can't really blame him. I'd do it.
I'm leaving. Go away.
Like,
Ah,
I'm only
the
15,
child.
I can't blame him.
Grab the child. Odd, grab the
Where's
child.
exit? Where is the exit, Nick? Where is the exit?
No
I'm
exit.
scrolling to the
As he
exit.
walks off, Nia's gonna like 90 degrees turn real quick and just go, alright, grab the child.
I'm just gonna watch the child leave.
Where's the exit, Nick?
Roger stops him and kind of holds him in place until you all leave.
Wherever the door happens to be.
You can't restrain me, Todger.
I mean,
Are
I'm
you
pretty
just
sure you
changing
can.
his name, the first letter of his name, every time you speak to him?
Like, I'm pretty sure it's entirely possible for the acolyte to restrain a small child.
Yeah.
So, Francis kind of goes, look, until I can get the information to you, last we know, it should be here by tomorrow. I advise you go do something. There might be a job in the Adventurers Guild you can pick up. But other than that, I have absolutely no information for you right now. I am so sorry.
Why do you sound so resigned, Francis?
He's resigning. Surprise, Ard, you're the king's advisor now.
He kind of
He's so sad that the people he's working with are so stupid. I know the pain of being the nerd.
You know what? Nia is gonna try and convince him to pay for their tab at the inn. I've decided.
Roger turns around and goes, I've already covered that.
Damn.
But only for
God, Roger.
the past 2 days. You're out of my hands after we leave here.
And
We're
not
never
just
gonna leave,
for
Roger.
access to money.
Roger's actually just group mum at this point. I don't think we could exist without him.
Can I?
Mainly
can I
because we would have no idea where to go.
Petition to keep causing trouble to keep Roger around. All in favour?
He wasn't even supposed to be with us this time.
No.
Can I roll to hit Roger? I just want to like unarmed strike. I just want to like get. I just want to like slap him.
No, you can wiggle. He's got you under his arm like a sack of potatoes.
No, I want to hit him on the arm.
Okay.
That probably does not beat Roger's AC.
Much like a child, you cannot hit very well.
Give me a second. Wasn't expecting combat. Gotta go find Acolyte stats.
It's not gonna be combat. It's a child fighting back against being restrained. There won't actually be.
Yeah, but he doesn't know the AC.
Oh right, yeah, okay, fair.
You fucking
Them-
forehead.
There might be combat.
We're about to start.
I'm just gonna go ham and he's just start punching people left and fucking right.
When Ard figures out he's not actually a mayor.
If anyone ever tells Ard like with facts that he's not actually a mayor, I think we'd be bad guys.
Uh-oh. SpaghettiOs.
The angry mayor.
Right.
Or we just go destroy a current mayor again.
Okay.
Replace Ard, like actually replace the mayor with Ard.
Come on. Load.
Can we just be safe and assume that a 10 does not hit Roger?
He probably doesn't. He's wrong.
Yeah.
Or he killed Roger.
Let's not go killing
I'm
people.
liking that idea.
10 actually does hit Roger.
Damn, you just fucking punched Roger. Good job.
What
Yeah,
the
tie
fuck?
up dragon.
Roger's only an acolyte. So I'm right that good, apparently.
Really not. What the fuck, Roger? Buy better armor. Please.
He can't, he's too busy covering our fucking tab.
Literally wear leather armor and it would be like enough to stop that.
Yeah, but
You're like, what the hell?
Roger is, you know,
Wearing any armor.
not a person-built character. He's an acolyte.
Roger
Well, where
deserves
am I?
his own character.
Fine, I'll make a Roger character. But that just remember, that'll also mean he'll probably be stronger than you and be able to punch Aaron to death.
Yeah, but that'll be
You
later.
can't
It's
just change-
fine.
You can't just change things now.
Yes, he
Okay,
can.
you said a 10 beats his armor class, so that
Yeah,
is
but like
better
next
than
time,
anything.
bud, when he goes to put his fucking armor on.
Yeah, he actually just turned up today wearing his regular clothes. He's not on duty. Just had to escort you.
Well, I punched him because, you know, get the fuck off me, I'm a child. I am a very annoyed child.
Kinda wanna see what damage Angry Child does.
Damn, that doesn't pass. You don't take any damage as he yeets you onto the floor.
But he unhanded me, right? By eating me off the floor.
Yeah, but doesn't mean he won't stop you.
No, I want to run for the exit. Where is the exit, Nick?
Nope.
No, you have to tell me where the exit is. I would know because I came from there.
Yeah, and I'm not...
We blindfolded you, spun you around 3 times, and walked you into the camera.
Let me roll an acrobatics
No.
or an athletics. It's either one.
For what?
Just sprint.
No.
To get the fuck away from
You're literally about to leave anyway.
Wow. I can't just have a bit of fun with it.
Nah,
No.
ban.
I have certain events that you might have more fun with, Aaron.
Fine.
To which point, you kind of escorted out and given all your shit back.
Joke's on them. I never had anything taken. I don't have pockets.
So, Roger kind of turns to you all and goes, right, bye.
Roger's fucking out, man.
Wait, what are we supposed to do now?
Just hears that, just shouts back, you were told to go back to the Adventurers Guild and take a job. Might want to try it.
What after that?
Do the job?
Mom, we're incapable children. Come back.
I will literally be back tomorrow to escort you to the exact same place.
You promise?
Yes. No, I don't.
Oh yeah, I forgot. In the Adventurers Guild, isn't it?
Okay, let me make this really clear to you, Nick. If he isn't, I will derail this entire campaign to go look for Roger. So help me God, I will do it.
We'll never forget you, Roger.
As much as you want us to.
Okay. So, what doth thou do now?
I guess. Where's the fucking Adventurers Guild? It's the fucking inn.
Yeah, it is. It's the inn.
Wait. Where did Roger go? What's that building? What's that building Roger's in?
He's in a building.
Hey,
He's
hey,
in-
Nick.
You don't know. It's not you're not outside of it.
Why does that guy have a red shirt?
Because that's the guy that had your stuff.
Oh, okay, cool.
Twat waffle.
Okay, but you didn't answer my question. Where's Roger?
Roger went to do his daily business. Well, do his business.
He went to go take a shit.
He went to check if he had any post.
Yeah, that does kind of look like the post office color.
I don't know what color a fucking post office is. I don't look. Oh,
Now
the
this is-
dragon's still in the water.
What?
Yeah.
The dragon's still in the water. Did I fucking stutter, Nick?
Dragon, what?
If you don't know, then you don't know. You know.
Here be dragon.
Here be dragon.
Okay. Let. Do I need to drag his back, or would you like to leisurely walk back?
Are you gonna drag or dragon?
And Kip starts suffocating.
Give a fuck.
Cool.
You know, the colors on the map on this and the colors on the key are slightly different.
Yeah, it pisses me
Why
off
is
too.
that?
Blunk, blunk,
Why
blunk.
did you do it?
Color picker didn't what? Just shut up.
Who is yellow and why are they like this? That wasn't even me. That was Nick.
Ard.
Nick drew that big line. It wasn't even me. Haha.
No, that was Ard Yet.
Oh,
Later.
why are you purple,
No one-
Aaron?
I've been purple this whole time.
No, you were
Dunk,
yellow.
dunk,
before,
dunk.
not yellow green or something. I don't
No.
fucking know.
I'm just out later.
That's okay. I'm not far behind.
Go.
you.
Cool, I'm running off.
To
Goodbye.
burn down another orphanage, we assume.
We're
Aaron,
gonna leave you behind. If at all possible, we're gonna leave you behind.
Aaron, if you run too far off, you won't find any information that you'll find useful.
Nick, where's a bookstore?
I am very, very smart boy, and I don't run off.
Nick, where's a bookstore?
Right. So as you walk down the street, you pass. Fuck, what color was that red?
This is a Bacon's. I think that little corner, that little blue corner right there is a bookstore.
Yeah. So you
Okay,
as you pass there.
Nia is gonna see the bookstore, and she is gonna beeline. She's
Okay.
gonna go, back in a minute, guys, in a second, and then like go in. Is it open? Wait, is it open? Is she stupid?
It's open.
Okay, good. She's gonna go in.
Hey, it's daytime. It's open. Fantasy places are always open when it's daytime.
You're right. You're right.
So
So Nia's gonna go up to the counter, which I assume is where this guy is.
we'll say that, but it's probably just the old lady hobbling around her shop.
Well, I'd assume it's her shop, so I'm good.
How can I help you, dearie?
Yeah, this is the main.
Do you have any books about magical staves and necromancy, or about vampires, or about how to deal with children?
There was.
It's a very wide range of topics. Yeah.
Those are some very dark areas you're researching there, dear.
I know children are the worst.
May I ask what they're for?
I didn't see it coming. Ugh,
May I ask what they're for?
Well,
me.
I'm a cleric, and I've been called in to look at a staff that performs necromancy because it's corrupted, and there's a vampire guarding it, and I have a child in the party. It's really sad. He's really worried.
I'm not sure I have anything with.
Yeah, you're gonna be much longer.
Get out!
Get out!
Balthazar, the demon that inhabits Nia's body on the off days.
Near is actually a warlock.
Surprise, guys. Nia's a warlock. His patron is Balthazar. He's very
I
nice.
mean, what is a cleric but a warlock with a job?
Oh, not. He's not even wrong. Like,
I might have some childcare books somewhere. The other ones you might have to check one of the libraries. I'm sorry.
That's okay. Thank you.
does she have how to take care of an annoying tiny dragon book?
She produces
That
a.
one's for
Part
ours.
of the childcare book.
The 7-part series by J.C. Fiddlesticks.
She produces a book on how to take care of troublesome children.
Oh, beautiful. Can Nia get that, man?
Uh,
How much is it?
That's not even for like Ard Yet. That's just for the whole party.
It's a gift for Roger, guys.
And She says it's priced at about 15 copper.
Done. Nia hands over 15 copper quite fucking happily, mate.
And you can see it's a very worn book. Looks like it's been thumbed through a lot, and you can't tell who it's written by. The author's name's kind of
Written by Roger the Acolyte.
faded.
Of course, it's actually written by.
So
I
Nia's
think I can
gonna
speak that
say,
language.
Where are the libraries in the capital? I haven't been here very long.
Okay, so
They're green.
they're green. Okay, that's all I need.
she points to the map and points out. I think there's 2
Oh,
buildings.
there's one in the town square. There's one like over here. Okay, that's not bad. Okay, I can
Yeah.
go over there.
That's not the library green.
Oh, that's the dark green of the library.
No, it's not.
Unless they're different greens. No, that's the darker green of the two.
I've got to wait
Oh,
for the thing.
no, there's darker green over here.
Yeah, there's like
Then
So
the
really,
darkest
really light
green is
green.
over here. And then there's a really
Yeah.
light green.
at least from the key, the libraries are the darkest green, and then the slightly less darker green is a school, and then the even like the sort of
The
washed out
pass-
green is a grocer.
That pastel green that was like you pointed here is the grocer.
Okay. Okay, Nia can head over there.
Pretty gross. Pretty gross.
Oh wait, that's the town square. I was looking at a different part of the map. Sorry.
You want to say that joke one more time, Aaron? Just so we're all clear on it.
No, I don't really. I don't really.
So what are the guys outside doing while Nia is book shopping?
Walking.
I'm zooming on that. No, I'm not.
Oh god, I've zoomed in too
Look,
far.
thank you.
Right, where we at?
This is a big.
Start- Richard, you start eating people, I swear. Nia's gonna get a
don't
spray
eat
bowl.
thinking meat. Just so you know, I said this in the last town. You gotta be careful when you eat the thinking meat because sometimes you get in trouble for it.
Hey Nick, what's this building?
It's a bakery. Do you not listen?
I didn't.
I can read. Boom. Me knows how to read a map.
Yeah, but Bud, you're the only one who got given a map. We didn't ask for
That's
one.
true. This is true.
I walk into the bakery.
It's run by a nice lesbian couple, and there's a
Oh,
customer in there.
yes.
We don't discriminate. Well, they're pissing out. Can Nia go back along the little streets and get to the library? You're the bakery boy.
It'll take some time, so you'll have a few events to get over there. But yeah, sure, you can try and trudge to the library.
I'll just put me over there.
So are these two up here the lesbian couple?
Yes, they're behind the counter.
So can I walk up to the? Is the counter like this 5-foot distance? I don't think it would be, but
No,
Yeah.
like these buildings aren't to scale, my dude.
okay, cool. I walk up to them. Hey, I just saw your bakery. Can I buy something?
No. They kind of look down and go, "Do you even have any money, kid?"
I have plenty of money. What would you recommend?
Depends what you like.
Well, I'm a dragonborn, so I don't really know.
No
what I
shit,
can
Bud, you're an elf.
So I don't really know what I can and can't eat. I usually leave that to my dad.
And where's your dad now?
You have literally left nothing about what you eat to anyone.
He's just outside. I heard he likes jam a lot. Have you got anything with jam?
No. In all fairness, he beat me to it. I was about to offer him some jam donuts. We've got some jam donuts.
Cool. How much are they?
About 2 copper a donut. How many do you want?
How long do they have until they spoil?
They were freshly baked like 2 hours ago.
Oh my god, that's amazing. I will take 4.
So, the one that hasn't spoken puts 4 in a bag and hands it over and puts it on the counter by the till.
Yeah, I hand over the 8 copper and I say, thank you, pretty ladies.
You're welcome. Come back anytime.
Yeah, I will.
That was the most vaguely threatening.
I feel like that poor lesbian couple's bakery's gonna get robbed.
It's gonna get burnt down at Aaron's rate.
He just goes in to try and make his own donuts, burns down their whole business.
Ard.
Wow, we've gone from calling him
Oh, you
Dad
used
to...
his name, not just calling Dad as you run around?
Yeah.
I mean, you banned him. You banned him, Renee.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can say Dad, just not the fucking weird version.
Daddy.
That
I
one.
get stuck with the small children. Yeah, what is it?
You're the one that didn't walk off with Nia.
I know how much you like jam.
Okay, I'll tell you what. Let's find you a place with your own kind. Ard's gonna,
my own kind.
Ard's gonna transform into a rat and start
Go away.
That's amazing. Love it. I just turns into a rat and turns away.
Right, where's Art scurrying to?
No,
Actually turn into a rat.
yeah, I'm gonna turn to a rat. I'm gonna look for rats like around the alley.
Come look for Nia, you'll be okay. I won't judge you, nor make fun of you.
So,
Nick, if he turns into a rat, you know sure as hell I'm fucking mage handing that bitch.
roll
What
both
Dexterity versus agility.
roll me a dex.
Why wouldn't Ard be athletics? Because he's got a fucking scurry.
It's the same thing.
Sleight of hand, I guess.
No, yours would still be dead.
Ah, yours is still that.
You can't just like pit a skill versus a fucking.
You can.
Yeah.
You're just trying to catch something. He's running away. Which is why I just said both roll dex, because it's easier than trying to pit a stat against a stat. A skill against a skill.
Alright, let's go then.
So what am I rolling? Athletics or?
Just roll a dex.
You realize they just roll strength, wouldn't you?
He catches Daddy Rat.
Oh, no, I'm out, Bob.
In that case, I'll just transform back, leaving holding something a lot heavier than me.
Okay, Aaron.
Break.
Mage shatters. Fuck.
None of
That's
you.
not very nice. Why are you trying to run away from me?
I was trying to find your parents.
You are my daddy.
I'll tell you what. We'll go find Nia.
I've muted Aaron until he swears to stop saying that word.
Alright. So I'll begin leading Elven Dragonborn.
Right, this is kind of why I said instant sprinting over there wouldn't work, Renee. Because
It's fine.
by
They're
this-
behind me by a little while. My little legs can carry me faster. Don't even worry about it.
I'm just gonna move you a few streets over.
Run!
So
That is where you got to.
I'm a not ping the entire team, but that's where Renee is. Otherwise, if I tried to ping you there, it would be a case of she got 500 foot away.
Mia fucking legged it, mate. She's out.
Yeah, you left, and then in the time you left, a small child went into the library, into the lesbian
sure.
bakery.
Why is it got? It's just a bakery, Nick. It doesn't fucking
True,
matter,
true.
does it?
No, it's just a bakery. But I'm partially tempted to have the site. Just say lesbian bakery. No, right. What's me up to?
I'm currently he's trying to decipher what a duella is. Like, what is a duella's?
A jeweler's. That's just my handwriting.
Oh, it's not a D, it's a J. This makes much more sense now. Dyslexia, how you wound me so.
Sorry, my handwriting can be a bit swirly.
This is fair. Yeah, that's what I was trying to figure out this entire time. what is a Dwella? And it's like, no, it's a Jula. Okay, this makes more sense.
A Dwella.
Yeah, it looks like a D. And I just read it as a D.
Honey, it looks more like a J. I'm sorry.
Oh, I can't fucking read, apparently.
Aaron, it's one dyslexic's writing to another dyslexic.
To be
You're
fair,
lucky
you
that
did
shit
very
didn't
good.
come out as a fucking F.
Dude,
alright?
I thought it was a little bit like Thieves' Can, where they could, communicate through their own
No.
dyslexia.
I can see
Dyslexics-
where Richard.
Dyslexics just exist to screw each
I'm
other over.
literally at the end of the road because I was like, what is this light blue building? And it's like, oh, it's a Dwella. And it's like, what? Literally, I have been confused the entire time we've been talking.
Well, it's fine. That's probably all. That's probably where you got to while we were in there.
I mean, I was gonna say I have literally been holding the map out in front of you, walking forward. Like what? Like the slightly better phone walking of looking up every so often just to see, so I don't walk into anyone. Because that's literally what I'm doing. Is I'm wandering around with the map. I don't know where I am. Wait, okay. There we go. This is what I was trying to do. I was gonna make my way over to the marketplace. Because I'm very curious as to what market stalls there are. You never... Fuck, I keep not being able to move my token. It's so rude.
Okay, you get over there, and it seems to be not populated today.
Damn.
Was not prepared for.
Okay.
No, they're all just empty tables.
Damn, so rude. How dare they not be open when it's daytime? This is Fantasyland.
Look, they're busy elsewhere. Leave them alone.
Still rude. How dare they not be open when I want to look at what they want and what they have?
I like how you want to look at what they have. There's probably something else in the area that you probably would have done that for, but okay. Okay, so
There's many things here. And I want to steal all of them. I mean, look at all of them.
yeah. There's another bakery down there.
I've got drow to eat, I'm not hungry at the minute. I mean, what?
Okay, so right. The party, for worse comes to worse, has split. This is great. Alright.
But we got shit to do. Don't complain at us.
I had you a nice job lined up that would have give
We
you
have a
shit to
whole day.
do.
Who knows what we
Okay,
need?
let me clarify that Nick went. There's a place that you should go to do the thing, guys, and expected us to not sidetrack his entire plan and actually go do the fucking thing.
It's
Your mistake, not mine.
it's fine. It's fine.
Plus, it was just the dude's suggestion, It wasn't actually
True.
You should do this.
Yeah, but Nick was
Yeah.
like, you should do this.
Yeah, Nick was like...
It's fine. It was dumbassly set up anyway.
People suggesting it was just...
It's fine. It was just a. It would have just gave Aaron some answers that he's been asked for 12 hours. But now he's going to the light, chasing after Nia.
Not of my own volition.
He's being carried by Ard, in all fairness.
Yes, please.
Oh my god. I'm definitely not
Like-
carrying him.
Nia's
cradle
could move to about there now.
Can Ard please cradle carry me?
If they're
So he's carrying you by your left ankle hung upside down.
That's even better. That's even better.
I'm just moving pieces as Richard seems to move, so then everybody's sort of moving at the same time.
Sorry, I'm just looking at the map to see any interesting places, because all of the places are interesting.
Where are we headed?
Especially when the color key doesn't quite match, so it's difficult.
We're headed towards the library, is it?
Yeah, you saw which way Nia went, and then you're kind of dragging Kip along.
Oh, right. I really want to hear Ard, Rich, how you carry.
He's not carrying you, he just started walking that way. And he was
Yeah, I
stopping you
follow him.
following.
And you assumed I would follow.
I was hoping you wouldn't, but...
Yeah, I'm definitely following. Oh shit, Roger's down here.
No, he's not.
No, now he's suddenly teleported.
Look, Roger's going about his daily business. Just gonna stop him over here. There we go. So, Nia, you're just down the road now, so you can sprint down to that library if you wish.
Mate, I'm
where
gonna
is
absolutely leg it.
Where
Thank
is Nia? I genuinely can't find
At the library.
Just the rat's fucking you!
Yeah, just over there. About I don't know the actual token, but 800 feet away.
I found Roger.
So, you entered the fucking library. How doth thou...
Is there a desk?
This bloke here, or blokess, or whatever you want to call it, whatever he is sat at a...
Okay, so this is the desk. So Nia's gonna walk up to the desk, and Nia's gonna say,
Hi.
Oh.
Could you help me find a couple books?
Oh, what books are you after there, dear?
I'm looking for books on vampires and corruption linked to necromancy.
Ooh, some very dark topics for a cleric as yourself.
Yeah, I already found my book on childcare.
Interesting.
Nia's gonna smile as if that's the most normal thing on the planet.
The guy kind of just strokes his long beard and goes, interesting. So, you want books on necromancy and vampirism?
Yeah, specifically necromancy linked to corruption if I can.
Okay. He starts thumbing his way through a bunch of... opening a load of small drawers and thumbing his way through cards inside them. It's like,
You gotta have their properly referenced index cards,
Takes him about 5 minutes, but he produces one on vampirism. This is all I could find.
That's great, thank you.
So does she have to go find her book?
Yes, she has to go
Okay.
scuttle around.
She's going to scuttle around and find it.
3 hours later.
Wait, how high are the shelves?
They're high, but you can see quite a few ladders about.
Oh, okay.
Ladders also for the strength inept are on wheels.
The little
Attack.
slidey ladders like they got in the library.
Yeah, okay. I'll find my book.
So by the time that you've entered and wandered into the library, gone looking for your book, Ard and Kip are probably caught up. So I'll teleport those over to there.
I don't know. Ard has a terrible sense of direction.
Actually, yeah.
Hard to find me at this point.
Actually, yeah.
Probably spell you.
No, yeah, we'll...
He might have just been following me. That is true.
Yeah.
I didn't get pretty far without.
So those two are now outside the library. What do they do?
I'm outside the library, am I?
Yeah, well, if you followed Odd, then yes.
Yeah, I did. So we are gonna obviously go into the library, aren't we?
Yes. But first, I'm going to take a pee, so I'll be back in like 2 minutes.
Okay. I will...
You can go stand by the door of the library,
I will slink over to me then while he's
Wonderful.
doing that.
I figured out what I was doing, so it's great.
Okay, so what are we doing, me?
I'm guessing this is the post office with the same bird sign. Either
No.
that or I can't read the key of this map very well. Fuck.
No, you can't read the key.
The black one's the thing because he went to check if he had post. And I'm assuming he did that
Wait.
the post office.
This is a blacksmith. Okay. They're slightly different colors. Never mind. I'll
They are
do the second
majorly
task.
they are majorly different colours, my dude.
Look, I'm fucking blind. Deal with it.
True.
I'm just gonna ignore the first task I was gonna do because I thought this was the post office when I got here. That's why it was the first task. But second task instead. Boom. I'm gonna go to the ocean. I'm gonna go over here because I need to look for something. I need to look for something very important.
Dragons.
Because I am Paul, you see. And so to get
Bro,
spell
do you still
components,
have a bunch of gems in your mouth?
yes, but that amounts to something like 10 gold each, and I might have just enough of them, to be fair. Like, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. No, I'm too short. I'm 2 gems short from being able to buy the one thing I'm trying to find. And that is a pearl. So can you see why I'm going to the ocean?
Fair.
Okay.
My secondary task when after realizing that was not in fact the post office, so there wasn't going to be cool things because post offices always have cool things like commemorative stamps. And I'm gonna find a spot where there's no one watching, and I'm gonna just jump into the ocean.
Okay.
And while I'm in the ocean, I'm gonna look around for a second to see if there's anything bigger than a fish that is around,
No,
like a squid or something. No bigger things. Got it.
no,
Then,
just seems to be
after
the
confirming
occasional fish.
there is not as much danger, I will transform from my usual amazing drow self into a slime. Then from the slime, I will transform into a crab.
Crab.
I am currently a crab. Yes, this is the entire plot was just so I could be a crab. No other part, no other thing. And I'm gonna try and look to see if I can find the oysters that have the pearls in them, because I need a fucking pearl for a spell. And I'm poor, so I can't afford the components.
Seems like
Burden
a
double.
convoluted way to
Look, if there's 2 ways of getting spell components if you are a poor wizard: stealing them or finding them. And stealing them seems more like an Aaron thing.
Hey, true, but
Am
Right.
I wrong?
Right.
well, you know.
Okay. So we'll leave you waddling around. I'll come sort out your pearl finding.
It can take as long as it needs to take.
Right. What happens with Ard and Kip outside the library?
Kip has this planned out. Obviously,
Come on.
Ard's gonna lead him. Am I correct in saying that Ard's going to lead him into the library?
Well, I was going into the library. You're the one following.
I'm following, and as we step into the library, or at least as Kip steps into the library, just before he does, he is going to shapeshift back into Alistair.
Okay.
Good job. You're no longer wearing baggy clothes.
So he is now Alistair, son of, I don't know, Zorg.
Alice the human boy.
Alistair Human Boy, yeah. And yeah, I'm Alistair now, and I don't.
Okay.
Good job.
Is that this entire scheme you had planned out?
I mean, that was kind of as far as I got with planning.
Okay. So what's Ard doing?
Ard is like gonna head straight to Nia, I think.
Well,
Can you see her, bud? There's shelves in the way.
yeah, this is an actual library. There will be shelves everywhere. And
Well, I hadn't planned this out that far.
most libraries are a bit of a maze, you know? Most libraries are a bit of a maze.
Okay, Ard will go up to the counter and say, "Do you have any? Can you help me with any books about rat problems and vermin? Anything along that nature?"
You're after rat books on rats and getting rid of vermin. Again, he turns around, pulls open like a bunch of different drawers and starts thumbing through them. About 5-10 minutes later, here you go. This is just directions to the rat section. We seem to have an entire shelf.
Okay.
This is where Alistair steps up to the counter and says, "Hey, do you have any books on dragon slaying?"
Wow, you that kind of bitch that budges in front of people. It's just so fucking rude.
Yeah.
He has a fucking book. He knows where to go. He can fuck off.
Well,
Well, that's
well,
just...
when taking the book, Ard will look around, see there's no small rat following, and say, "Well, you certainly are good. You solved my problem already." And just walk off deeper into the library.
Just tosses.
Okay,
Didn't even get a book. Just got directions to a book.
So what is Kip asking? Dragon slaying?
Oh, I said, is there any books on dragon slaying? But now that Ard is gone, I'm gonna turn around and say I actually don't need any books on dragon slaying. What I am, however, looking for is any. Do you guys have any how to repair relationship book?
Okay, give me a second. Turns around, closes all the drawers he had open for dragon books, and pulls out a few more and goes, "So you want to fix the relationship? What sort of relationship?"
Friend, maybe more.
Mending relationships, changing those relationships. He hands you two different cards that, if you look on them, just direct you to the same area, and goes, "There you go. Anything else I can help you with?"
No, that's alright. I'm just gonna go find this book.
Right.
Nick, can you ping me where that area, or you tell me where that area is?
Nah, fam, you have to wander around like the rest of us.
I was literally
Wander to a random part of the library, and that is where.
I was literally just about to do something. So,
No.
Nia, roll
Yes.
me an intelligence.
Are you smart enough to read the stuff that you that was not supposed to rhyme.
Not that high today, bud.
Not that high today.
Average.
Takes you
Maybe
about
3 of my IQ points.
an hour, but you find the book the section you're looking for.
Is there a table?
There will be there's probably a table tucked in the corner. You're in a bit of a darkly lit area.
Nia's gonna grab her book and sit at a table, sitting on the chair, crisscross applesauce.
Maybe
Uh,
listening.
So that's an hour. Ard, roll me an intelligence.
It's okay, bud. I didn't get that high. There's no pressure.
It's fine. I'm
You're
sure.
not even reading a book, though.
He's not reading a book. But
No, he's
I
just
can-
looking.
I can read. I can roll anyway.
Again,
Damn.
Same, bud.
Ard is approaching the within the hour it took Nia to find her book. Ard is approaching the area for his book. However,
Finding a book. He's looking for Nia.
no, he was after a book
Oh,
to
he's
solve
looking for a book
rats.
for her?
I'm pretty sure I can't read a book anyway, so he's just like
He
heading.
gave up on that once his rat problem was solved.
Well, then Ard is 50-50 on whether he knows where he is right now, and is
Can't read the library signs, so...
possibly somewhat lost in the library.
Yeah, pretty much. He's just wandering around.
Now,
What?
Alistair, roll me an intelligence.
Boy! But like average ass fucking rolls.
I love it, man. Straight up rolled.
Okay, so
Full check.
little less, took you about 50 minutes to find your book. You're now in a section reading books on how to mend relationships, and possibly start new ones.
Nick, what's written in these books?
All the
Don't be a
information.
fucking asshole and apologize to the small tiefling, and maybe she'll be friends with you again.
Yeah, just like all
Written in these
all the information you need to know. So how to fix the relationship, how to start a new relationship.
What information is that,
Nick has never read these books. He does not know.
Nick? Damn it.
Yeah,
He doesn't need relationship advice. He's a smooth operator, boys.
Fair enough.
Anyway, so you're now all in there. So that's about an hour of them being in the library. So Richard,
2 hours. I'm reading a book, bruv.
no, that's an hour of you finding the books. You're now reading. So
Oh, wow, shut up.
it's a big library. You've seen the size of that building. Richard,
Yes.
roll me a survival.
It's 5. Okay, what is my numbers? That is what.
Oh, I see what the fuck they're on about now.
I'm very confused, but okay.
I deleted the fucking dragon in the water.
No, come on.
Oh damn!
Okay. So, in the time they took
I
searching...
do stupid shit. I can roll good.
So the time they took
It's all
searching for a searching for their books, you were able to find a nice habitat where the oysters you're looking for would live,
Yeah, boy.
or wash up, or whatever we want to say.
Whatever oysters do.
They can move around on their own volition, you know.
Well, I found the place where oysters will probably be. Yeah.
Roll me another one.
Okay. Survival still?
Yeah.
Nat 20.
Not one.
Not good. Well, not bad. Better than average.
There is a good chance you'll find a couple of pearls.
Yes. I don't know if there'll be as much as I need, but I can ask the jeweler.
Roll me a d6.
Okay.
You find one pearl.
Damn. No, I'll ask the jeweler.
Okay. So,
Like, I don't know how much pearls are worth, so whatever.
They're fucking expensive, bud.
we'll
Hopefully this one I found is worth 100 gold.
we'll speed up time so he can turn back into whatever forms he needs to climb out the water.
Well, I only have drow that has good legs, so I'm gonna go with that.
So, it's been about an hour. Nia's probably wrapping up reading her book. I'm not sure. Ard, roll me another intelligence.
It was almost an 18, bud. Almost.
Solid roll there.
Ard ended up back at the door.
Good job.
What did he do? Do 4 little loot-de-loots all in a day?
Seems accurate.
He got lost, but then somehow managed to see light, I suppose. And kind of followed it and found the door. So at this time, Nia and Alistair are probably wrapping up reading their books, taking them to the counter to see if they can get library cards. It's up to those.
Nah, Nia's gonna speed read this motherfucking book. Just like for the information she wanted and then yeet it back on the shelf.
Okay.
Roll strength.
No. You don't get to
Can I do
determine.
it just to see what I would have got anyway?
Sure.
10 again.
Well, it kind of hit the shelf, hit the floor.
Even roll
It
20.
would
goes
have
up to
if
10.
I threw it.
Roll me a wisdom?
Me?
Yes.
You're deducing your vampire book. I think that's what the book was about.
Oh, hey, I
Surely.
put wisdom.
What did the investigation?
That's
No, it's wisdom. So what we're rolling for a wisdom. Let's have.
just a story D20, fam.
Oof, not very wise.
I'm not that smart.
So, speed reading might not have been your best bet.
Fam, I'm taking notes. Don't even worry about it.
Okay.
In the back of my prayer book.
It's writing notes in the Bible. Got you.
In the back of the Bible, and there's blank pages in the back where you're supposed to write your sins and crap. I don't know.
I don't read the Bible. I don't know where this book is.
Yeah, I don't read the Bible. I don't know what it's supposed to do, but I know there's blank pages in the back.
Okay. So, you didn't actually take any of the knowledge into your head. You took
That really matters.
you took about a few little insignificant facts.
There was no need for you to add my revision techniques like that.
Damn, I think I got rid of my tiny Bible, so I can't even tell you.
Okay. Roll me a wisdom, Alistair.
Oh shit, man. I've got a +1. You think someone with a +1 in wisdom would be like, wise enough not to get.
I mean,
Think,
How
but
good am I? How how good am I gonna be at repairing relationships?
You've read the book, you've took in the knowledge. Whether you use this knowledge is entirely up to your dumbass.
But Loki, Aaron doesn't know the knowledge.
Well, go read a book.
How would you repair a friendship, Aaron?
We have this issue. Aaron doesn't usually.
Description of a pal is useless. Sorry.
Read the book in real life.
Yeah, go find a book. Go do it.
Hold on,
Go find like an ebook online, just how to make friends.
Right. Just off the top of my head, the book was probably titled something dumb with somewhere along the lines of mending friendships. Inside the book, there was probably a chapter on admitting you were wrong, apologizing, and promising to never do it again.
No. I've got a Google Doc. It's fine. I've got a Google
You
Doc.
actually found a book.
I've got a Google Doc by the Tiny Buddha. Called The Tiny Buddha: Simple Wisdom for Complex Lives.
There you go. You've now gotten D&D homework. Good job.
How to mend a broken friendship even if you're not on speaking terms. I'll give it a read.
For fuck's sake.
Aaron's giving himself D&D homework. I love it.
Oh, it's good because this is from the point of Alistair as well. It says, admittedly, I was the one to blame.
Okay. So in that hour, Mihi got his way back out of the water with his one pearl, and got into it up to the Dweller.
See, I may or may not have looked up in Pearl in the equipment list, but it is useless. It just says it's a thing that's white, yellow, or pink that's worth 100 gold. It's useless. Unless like all pearls just are the same, in which case I don't think that's the case. But whatever.
In D&D, they are not in real life.
This is true. This is in fact D&D. You know. Well, I'm still going to ask the Dweller if to evaluate my pearl.
Okay. So you enter the building. That's probably
I
the
don't know
jeweler.
which one of these guys is the guy in behind the counter.
That's
Okay.
probably the jeweler. The other two are just browsing the cabinets. He's got one of those little binocular eyepieces, and he's looking at some jewelry some jewels that he's just pulled out of a bag.
Wonderful.
Okay, I've read it over and I want to go find Neil. This is after he continued reading.
So
I'm gonna just wherever is the closest part of the counter to that guy, I'm gonna stand there. So I'm just I don't know if there's like a single square of counter, but I'll move there. And I'm gonna be of my happiest smile and just stare at him until he notices me.
He takes him a couple of minutes. He kind of sees your reflection on the counter and goes, "Oh, sorry. You look a little bit wet there."
Yeah, just a little. I went for a swim.
And he is a bit taken back by the voice and goes, "It's not the voice I was expecting. How can I be of assistance?" Kind of puts the gems back in the bag and pulls the drawstring.
I am going to hold out my hand and have with the pearl in it. I don't know, what it looks like or whatever. I don't care right now. He's gonna tell me things, and I'm just gonna be.
That's a
found this, and I was wondering if you could tell me how much it was worth. I am requiring of the component for spells, and it needs to be things. Wizardry is weird.
Okay, I can do that for you. Have you just a side check? Have you checked the wizard tower at all while you've been here?
Not at all. I have gotten here yesterday.
Okay. So he takes the pearl off you, uses his magical eyepiece of doom. Yes, it's quite a nice specimen. Where did you find it?
The
I found it
water.
in the ocean.
That would explain why you look a
Told
bit
you, I went
wet.
swimming.
Definitely explain why you're wet. So you found this just now?
I don't know how long ago it was. I'm very bad at time. But yes.
That's fine. That's fine. This should do what you needed to do. I'm a bit of a nosy one. May I ask what sort of spell you're trying to cast?
No.
It was one I have picked up recently. It is called... I can't remember.
That's a good spell, man.
Yeah, I forgot. It's in my spell book, but I have to look in my spell book. I've forgotten. I don't have it ready. 'Cause I didn't have the component.
That's fine. Yeah, there's a bunch of magic shops around. I'll be happy to provide any gems or value any gems that you need valuing. But yes. Is that all you need?
At the moment, yes. Thank you very much.
You're welcome, kind sir. We don't see many drow around here. They tend to stick to the underground cities.
I can imagine.
Being
so.
racist. Bitch.
It's a drow. I'm not surprised at all. In fact, I'm more surprised that people aren't more racist towards you. Like, in D&D, people are just casually racist. It's fine.
So, goodbye then?
Yes. Yeah, 1 second. I will make sure that I have taken the pearl. After maybe turning around, forgetting the pearl, and then turning back around to collect the pearl.
By the time you turn back around, the pearl is on his desk and he's got a handful of gems again and he's just picking them up and looking at them.
Thank you very much. I will pick up the pearl and I will leave.
Okay.
Off
So,
I fucking go.
you
And once
can...
I'm out of the stall, I will eat the gem. Because I was gonna put it in my pocket that I don't have, but then I'm like, I would have to make a pocket, and that's just
Okay.
difficult.
So, Ard doesn't need to roll to find the front. I'm sure Nia's smart enough to remember her directions.
I'm gonna add a pearl.
So, what's Kip doing at the counter?
Kip is asking if the counter lady has seen a tiny tiefling.
Counter man, I mentioned a white beard.
Oh, I didn't.
We don't discriminate.
Exactly.
And I said
I grow
he.
my mustache out in the summer. You don't know me.
Yeah.
And-
They could have changed their gender since then.
For fuck's sake. A tiefling, you say? He kind of turns around, opens a bunch of drawers, and starts thumbing through index cards again. I found books on
Rodney is
tiefling.
kinda, like, waddling over, like, hey,
I found a book on tiefling. I found a book on where they live.
No, I don't want. No, I don't want a book on. Wait, I do want a book on tieflings. Give me that page number. I'll come back with it. That area section area number thing. Yeah, I want.
I can't give you my index card if you're leaving. You'd have to go.
Can I have a quick look at the index card, memorize it, and give it back?
He shows you the index card. Roll me a wisdom.
I can roll a wisdom. Would it be a wisdom? Probably an
I just, it's effort to read, so I'm going off. You pick up the title, brief area possibly, but that's about it.
Okay.
You don't remember any of the numbers, and the library's sorted using the Dewey Decimal System, so have fun.
Okay, cool. But have you seen?
the library sorted using the Dewey Decimal System.
Yeah, it's this really famous wizard called Dewey, you know? He invented the way to sort books because he had way too many.
Darn. Right, but have you seen an actual tiefling come in? Like someone, she's like about this height, and
I see it.
Wait, when he's gesturing, can she just be stood here kind of looking at him funny, and he's like gesturing this high, and she's stood there like, hello?
Hello, you call? Yes?
this high, she's all sunshine and rainbows, and
There's a tiefling stood right behind you.
Yeah, I think he's talking about me.
Did you find the books you were looking for, dear?
I did, thank you.
Did you put them back on the shelf?
Yeah, exactly where I found them.
Can always trust a good cleric.
Uh,
And he goes back, he closes all his drawers and kind of starts writing notes.
She's gonna give like a little nod to Alice, to Al, just kind of like drop her face from her smile into like a little smile, not a big smile, and then go tottering after her. Hey, bud, nice to see you. Hi. 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 Hi.
Oh, I
Hi.
don't know how to respond to that.
Hi. Hi.
Is Alistair okay
He's just
there?
been lost in the library, and he's like, "Oh hey."
Alistair is he is just dumbfounded right now. He don't know what to do.
Quick
He's stuck
question,
there.
Nick.
He's
Yes.
frozen.
What time of day is it?
Well, you had the thing in the morning, probably a little after midday.
Okay, that's good. I got enough time. Because now I know how to read the map, so I can do my first task second.
Nick, can I cast Mage Hand to slap myself?
Sure.
It's Mage Hand, so it cannot deal damage.
Exactly. That is what I needed. Okay. So, hey guys.
Hi.
I think we're looking for the adventurer Jim now.
The what?
Jim, the adventurer, I think was what Roger was telling us, right?
Okay, that doesn't matter. Okay, I came here for a reason, and I read a book, and I'm very.
Before you say anything, were you the annoying child earlier?
Which annoying child?
Both? Either?
You knew I was one of them.
Yeah, but were you the other?
I mean, the fact that he said which one is probably.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, this is getting distracted from my intention and what I need to do here. Okay, I've been here and I read a book on it, so I can know how to do it now. And I just want to say, Ard, I'm really sorry for pretending to be your child.
That was you. You were the rat. Ah,
He was the rat.
Yeah.
okay. Well, apology accepted, I guess.
And more importantly, Nia, you want a donut?
No, I'm good. I didn't eat fruit lasagna for breakfast.
I mean, technically, neither did he. He spit it out.
Yeah, no, I spelled that shit out.
He hasn't eaten breakfast. Stupid.
I got donuts. I'm fine. Well,
If that's all we're here for, I'm going back to the inn.
Ard sees the jam if Alistair is eating a donut and gets a little bit thirsty.
Okay, Ard will choose to ignore that for now and head back to the inn.
Would you like me to drag you back to the guild?
Yeah, please. Alistair, are you coming with us, you big forehead?
yeah. Yeah.
Jesus, I
3
need...
foreheads to the inn, please, boss.
Yep, I'm on it. Right, outside, inside, where do you want to be?
I lost it for a hot second there, so...
Right.
While you're outside, did the minute.
I've parked you outside. There you go.
That's fine. Oh, that gave me enough time to find it.
Right, okay, so me's over at the post office. Right, so the time it takes
I
those...
found the post office.
Time it
and
takes...
I know what to do.
The time it takes those... Me has found his post office and is probably inside the post office talking to the guy at the front desk.
I'm not even talking to them. I'm just looking around. Like that's all I'm doing. Looking
Okay.
if there's cool shit, you know.
This is the...
Get rid of stamps.
This is the main post office, head post office branch area, so there's not really much to see other than a front desk and a bunch of people scurrying around.
I mean, fair. So it's just like the kind of place where there's just the front desk. There's not like little corner shop post offices where you get like envelopes and shit. Damn.
Nah, it's head post office in the capital.
And I'm guessing those 3 guys are in the back.
Yes.
With my amazing deductive reasoning.
Yes. Is Ard okay there?
Yeah.
All right.
And you having a minute? Are you doing what I was doing to you and fucking dosey-doing around you?
I just need to borrow you 3 a second. Oh, what?
Oh no.
Nia left. Where did Nia go?
They're still there.
Oh.
He's still right there.
Borrowing you 3 a second. So as you walked through the square, you heard a bit of a conversation. If you were paying attention.
Roll perception.
Passive perception, dumbass. That's why I said if you're paying attention.
10. I am generally paying attention if it interests me.
I'm 13.
What you hear? What you hear? Part of a conversation. Just it's a shame. There was some very profitable kids in there. I was hoping to make a good buck off of them.
For fuck's sake.
And
Evil orphanage.
and we just
You burned down an orphanage of people.
and we just got what we think might have been a possessed kid. Would have got a good
Oh wow.
amount of money for them.
That was.
Let's clarify, is it these guys that's saying?
Yes.
Okay, I want to look at them and memorize them.
Okay.
I know your face, boy.
I can be your face, boy.
I mean, what better way to remember a face than becoming it and looking in the mirror, I guess.
Damn right.
Nia's gonna tap Ard on the shoulder and kind of like gesture for him to lean down.
Yeah, what is it, Nia?
And she's gonna whisper.
You see those 2 guys over there? They're the kind of people it's okay to bite.
Ah, so there are people I can bite. Ard is,
I mean, she
straight
did
up
say you
give-
had to get permission.
I will remember that.
I will remember that.
Roll an intelligence.
I don't know, man could just straight bolt for them. There's only like a 15-20 foot gap.
Ard may remember that. May not remember that.
Oh.
Wait, what's your passive passive insight, buddy? You okay?
It's 9.
So Ard may or may not remember the information you've just given him.
I don't know. Is he smart enough to not implement it immediately? Like,
Well,
I mean, he ignored it when he was seeing the thing in the thing. The place.
yeah, so he won't immediately come fight them right now.
I don't know, but I'm coming for you.
I
So
mean, there's not many people around, you know. Sorry.
So other than that, you guys kind of progress back to where I put you, and your lives are now your lives again.
Hold on. Oh no, it's okay. I did something. It's fine.
Okay, so what you doing?
Nia's gonna go sit down and go over a note. So,
Okay.
she's gonna.
Go be
I'm
a
gonna
nerd.
go inside and do some reading. You're welcome to join me, guys.
See, if only you had a library card, you could have just brought the books with you.
Didn't you just spend 2 hours reading?
Well, I spent an hour reading. I kind of got lost for an hour.
Takes a while to count.
But you can never do too much reading.
I begs to differ. I can't. read.
Well,
Jamie
maybe.
should translate it into Draconic for you, bud.
If I could read, I might be a bit smarter. Do you think you can teach me to read?
Yeah, I could probably teach you to read.
Okay, let's go inside and learn to read.
Are you kidding me right now, Butteroni?
He's
Shall I
going.
roll a stealth?
Yeah. You know what? Roll a stealth.
Wait,
With
it.
advantage, 'cause it's of
No.
elven kind, bitch.
Wait. What is actually happening right now, Aaron? So that's
He's sneaking away.
He's going anyway. I also rolled
No,
a
no, no, no.
persuasion, not
Aaron.
perception.
what are you doing right now?
Sneaking away from Nia and Ard.
To
Beautiful, these two lovely fellas.
okay, you could have just instead of sneaking, you could have just like went. I'm gonna go roam or. But okay,
Yeah, but sneaking's more fun.
you don't need to roll a stealth. You don't need to roll a.
Yeah, but I got a 17 on.
Yeah,
Let him roll his stealth.
numbers mean nothing right now. You didn't need to roll a stealth. They were having a conversation. They wouldn't have cared.
Let him do it. Cool. Nick's so fucking dumb. Nick is Roger.
No, I am because despite being the DM, I don't seem to be the one that declares when people roll stuff. Anyway. Where were we? Hello?
Hello.
Is everybody dead?
I didn't want to break the silence.
I'm alive.
Okay. What's going on over at the post office?
I'm gonna ask these boys because I probably would have asked them while they were chilling. Like, how do they send their post? I'm curious as to this because they don't seem to have they didn't seem to have too many birds in the last place. So now I'm curious, especially for a place called Magpies. If it was the Magpie place, it's the same Magpie place. I'm assuming. 'cause
Yeah,
it's
there
like
was
the
a
post office,
there was a big fucking picture of a magpie on the front of the building.
I guess. Like they don't seem to have many birds. For
We
magpies,
send most of our messages through magpie.
You don't have very many of those. The
There-
last place didn't.
They're out the back.
Ah, the back.
And it depends
That's
on the
where
last
birds.
depends on the last place you visited. Smaller towns don't tend to have that many magpies on hand, so you kind of have to wait.
I don't know. I don't know what fucking town it was.
But can I help you with anything?
I'm just gonna go be sad now.
Oh.
Accidentally closed the fucking tab.
Okay. Back over to the dancing Alistair. What's going on down here, and why are we drawing squares over everything?
I didn't draw anything. Who drew? I don't know who drew that red.
Dude, what's going on down here, and why are we drawing squares over everything? Answer the question.
Let's go
What
inside.
squares? I didn't draw that.
I drew the square.
Okay.
It's quite clearly red.
The question was aimed at the rest of you, and Aaron, you can change the colour of the lines you draw.
Yeah, but I'm not going to.
Go back. Don't worry.
Okay. So, they're inside, probably learning to read.
Yeah.
I mean, they have no book, just Nia's note, so it might be
They also have Nia's prayer book, you big forehead.
so he's becoming a fucking cleric. Great.
It has every letter of the alphabet in, so...
True. But in what language?
Common.
Probably common.
Okay.
It's a prayer book.
So,
Usually
what's
they're in
Alistair doing?
I'm gonna walk up to these two fellas. It's very leisurely.
By now, their conversation topic has changed. Or they're probably not talking. Probably might be walking in silence. You never know.
I confront them as I stand in front of them.
Mm-hmm.
Wherefore will they say first?
You're confronting them. What are you saying first?
As I'm standing in front of them, like, I want to hear what they say.
They walk round.
Bitch, no they don't. Fuck off. Okay, I confront them. You two got awful big mouths, you know that?
I don't know what you're on about.
Really? You see, I overheard you guys earlier if I overheard you, that definitely means that the cleric I was with overheard you as well.
We still don't know what you're on about, dude.
I'm gonna say drop the act in peace, Count.
Roll me a perception. Hello?
On it.
You usually looking at numbers.
Why was I mediocre?
You don't
I
pick
stole
up.
all the luck finding clams.
You don't pick up on any cues that they're lying. That they're lying when they say this. We really don't know what you're on about, dude. And why are you speaking gibberish?
Maybe you're right. Sorry, Something gave me the idea that you guys, had something going on the side.
Well, hate to tell you, I just work in an orphanage. Well, worked in an orphanage. Might have to be
Really?
transferring jobs.
I wanna analyze this guy. I wanna analyze everything I can about this guy. Slash girl,
You're gonna fucking Sherlock Holmes them.
essentially.
So roll me a perception.
Or is that perception or an investigation?
I mean, you're not exactly rifling through the pockets.
Yeah, so just a perception.
What? I keep hitting the wrong fucking key.
So, male, elf, bit dark around the eyes. Clothes aren't too well kept. And from what you can tell, possibly concealing some sort of knife.
What I want to know is, have I seen them before, though?
Yes.
Damn right. I know it. So, you see, okay, one thing before I go, though. You wouldn't happen to know anything about a possessed child around these parts, would you? It'll earn you some coin if you do.
Depends how much.
Let me just check.
It would have been so smooth there. It just depends what you know.
I could. That does sound smarter. That's not this. Yeah, I'm gonna say depends on the information at hand.
That entirely depends on how much is getting offered. Information's not free.
Well, with the right kind of information, you could score up to 4 pieces of gold.
Don't see it being worth my time.
6 pieces of gold.
Bit warmer.
8 pieces. Final offer.
Take it. What do you want to know?
Tell me everything you know about about any underground dealings involving the orphanages in the capital.
Whoa, dude, that's changed topic. I was giving you information on a possessed child. Don't know about no dodgy dealings.
I want to intimidate this cunt.
Sure, roll an intimidation. Again, don't have much stats to roll you against, so...
Intimidation, don't tell me now. Do not fail
Probably just
me.
look up a commoner.
Yeah, that's probably about right, though. Being slightly scared, he kind of looks at you going, like, dude, you were going to pay me for information like a kid, not on the criminal undergrounds of the city. I don't know everything. I can give you the information on the kid,
I would
but that's about
like
it.
to know everything you know.
Like, there was a possessed kid brought into my orphanage last night. As far as we can tell, the room worked. The runes on the walls caught fire. The orphanage caught fire. As far as we're aware, The kid got burnt to ashes.
How many casualties?
Not a lot of the kids. A couple of the kids got caught in it. There's about 5, maybe 6 dead kids and a dead staff member.
Really?
Why do you want to know?
I don't think that was any of your business. I'm not paying you for you to ask me questions.
Look, just give me the gold and leave me alone.
I'm gonna turn to his body, and I'm gonna say, before I pay up, anything you know?
It's about as much as he does.
Wow. Fair enough. And these are commoners, right, Nick?
Mm-hmm.
Cool, cool. I say, well, that was a complete waste of my time. I did tell you the amount I'd pay you is based on the information you can give.
The one pulls a knife. The one that you asked for details on pulls a knife. The other pulls 2.
Help, help, he's got a knife.
Cool. I cast sleep.
Okay. You're gonna roll.
Okay. I'm trying to remember how many d8s it is.
You have a character sheet, bud.
I'm looking on the character sheet. I forgot how I can't find it.
Look in your spells list.
It's 5d8. I have to roll the hit, but no, do I? No, sleep doesn't need to.
No, you just roll the number of hit dice or hit points, and it affects that many, starting from most to least.
It's
I
on
think no,
top of
least
the
to most.
dice. Yep, it's rolling. It's rolling the dice. Is it gonna roll? There it is.
And the hit points total more than 22.
Yes, commoners only have like 9 hit points. Even less than that, I think.
They have less hit points than I thought they did.
Oh yeah, like the acolyte. I shouldn't say, but only has 9.
Damn, these guys are squishy.
Now it's concrete.
It was concrete anyway. I was using actual stats.
Anyway, yeah. Okay, so I put them both to sleep, right?
Mm-hmm.
Where is the nearest guard?
Stood here,
I want to.
and that's a podium, so he can see to you.
So can he see that I just put these men to sleep, or do I have to go over and usher him?
He can see.
Can I usher him over, like just like gesture?
Like wave your arms. You know,
Okay.
Hey,
He plods over and goes, "What do you want?"
Can you help? These two guys. I mean, I'm just a lowly spellcaster. These two guys, they pulled knives on me. They were talking about some shady business, something to do with the orphanage that burned down. I overheard them. They pulled a knife on me. I put them to sleep. I'm just a civilian, and I don't want to get hurt in any of this.
Roll me a deception.
Hold on a sec.
You still lying?
You also cast sleep, so people don't just go around casting spells.
Do I get advantage on my deception due to my changing ship?
No, because you're presently in regular form.
I'm actually an Alistair form.
No. He looks at you and goes, I suppose I believe your story for now.
Thank you.
Where can I find you if I have any questions?
I'm with my party of adventurers. We're quite low end at the moment, but we're currently working on behalf of the king. You can find us in the tavern in the Adventurers Guild.
Okay. Don't get going too far.
I won't. Thank you for all of your help, officer.
Whatever the correct term for the guard would be.
He he kind of drags them to the nearest other guard and locks them away. And that is where we shall end the session for today.
Okay, I want to end it like on the pattern.
That's fine.
So I go to the table.
And Nick, can I answer the question from before I close the tab, though?
Oh, yeah, sure. Go on.
I'm literally just gonna go, no, I was just really curious, and then leave. That's all I wanted to do, then I closed the tab.
Okay.
That's all I wanted. I just wanted to do that and leave.
Well, that's
Back to
us
the
for
stream.
today. TT stream.
Bye, stream.
Alright, bye bye,
Bye.
guys.